Gold just dropped, and silver crashed even harder. Investors across the market are confused right now. Some are panicking, some are waiting, and a few smart investors are quietly preparing. The big question is this the beginning of a deeper crash, or could this actually be the biggest buying opportunity of 2026? What's happening right now in the gold and silver market is extremely important, and if you understand it properly, it could help you make smarter financial decisions in the coming days. Let's start with what actually happened today. Gold prices fell sharply, dropping nearly 2 to 3% in a single move, while silver saw an even bigger decline of more than 5%. This kind of sudden drop always grabs attention, especially for investors in the United States, where gold and silver are closely tied to inflation, interest rates, and economic stability. Right now, gold is trading near key support levels, and silver is showing even more volatility, which is creating both fear and opportunity at the same time. Now, here's something important. Moves like this never happen randomly. There are always strong forces behind the market, and currently, 3 major factors are driving this drop. If you understand these 3 reasons, you'll understand the entire situation. The first major factor is the strength of the US dollar. When the dollar becomes stronger, gold and silver usually move in the opposite direction. The reason is simple. Metals become more expensive for international buyers when the dollar rises, and right now investors are shifting their money into the US dollar because it is seen as a safer and more stable option in uncertain times. This shift is putting strong downward pressure on gold and silver prices. The second factor is interest rates in the United States. Expectations are growing that the Federal Reserve will keep interest rates higher for longer. This is a big deal for gold. Unlike bonds or savings accounts, gold does not pay interest. So when interest rates go up, investors prefer assets that give them returns. As a result, money flows out of gold and silver and into interest-paying investments, which pushes metal prices lower. The third factor is global tension, especially involving the United States and Iran. Normally, geopolitical uncertainty pushes gold higher because it is considered a safe haven. But this time, something unusual is happening. Instead of moving into gold, many investors are choosing the US dollar as their primary safe haven. This shift in behavior is one of the biggest reasons why gold is not rising despite global uncertainty. It shows that market psychology is changing, at least in the short term. Now, let's take a step back and look at history. This is where things get really interesting. If we look at past market cycles, gold and silver have a pattern. They often drop sharply before making strong upward moves. For example, during previous economic uncertainty periods, gold initially corrected before rallying to new highs. These short-term drops are known as market corrections, and they are a normal part of any financial market. Think about this for a moment. Imagine an investor who bought gold during a previous dip when everyone else was afraid. That investor likely saw significant gains when the market recovered. This is exactly how smart money operates. They don't chase the market when it's already high. Instead, they look for opportunities when prices temporarily fall. Now, the big question is, what should you do right now? Should you buy gold and silver, or should you wait? The answer depends on your strategy, but here's how smart investors are thinking. They are not rushing into the market immediately. Instead, they are watching key price levels and waiting for confirmation. If prices drop further, they see it as a discount. If prices stabilize and start rising again, they look for entry points. Another important point to understand is long-term potential. Despite this short-term drop, the overall outlook for gold and silver in 2026 still remains strong. Why? Because the bigger picture has not changed. Inflation concerns are still present, global uncertainty is still high, and economic conditions remain unpredictable. All of these factors support higher gold and silver prices in the long run. Let's also talk about silver for a moment, because many people ignore it. Silver is not just a precious metal. It also has strong industrial demand. It is used in solar panels, electronics, and many modern technologies. This means silver has a dual role, both as an investment and as an industrial asset. That's why silver can sometimes move even more aggressively than gold, both up and down. And right now, that volatility is clearly visible. Now, here's something that most beginners don't understand. Market drops create opportunities, but only for those who are patient and informed. If you panic and sell during a drop, you lock in your losses. But if you stay calm and analyze the situation, you can position yourself for potential gains in the future. At the same time, it's important to be realistic. Markets don't move in straight lines. There can be further downside before any recovery begins. That's why risk management is very important. Never invest all your money at once. Instead, smart investors often use strategies like gradual buying, also known as dollar cost averaging. This reduces risk and helps you take advantage of market fluctuations. So where does this leave us right now? Gold and silver are under pressure in the short term due to a strong dollar, high interest rates, and changing investor behavior. But in the long term, the fundamentals still support higher prices. This creates a situation where fear and opportunity exist at the same time. And this is exactly where smart investors separate themselves from the crowd. They don't react emotionally. They don't follow hype. They observe, analyze, and act with a clear plan. So instead of asking, why is the market crashing? Maybe the better question is, where is the opportunity in this situation? Because sometimes the best opportunities come when the market looks the most uncertain. If you want to stay ahead in gold and silver investing, make sure you follow Metal Market Insight for regular updates, deep analysis, and smart strategies. Because in markets like these, information is power, and the right knowledge at the right time can make all the difference.